So 7:59, 8, and we are live, and I welcome you both, Smita Mittal and Jenny Ambrose, on this our project, which will be 52 episodes, in which today is the fifth one. And I think my YouTube was also coming behind it, so I stopped it. Anyway, I am working on creating an AI robot providing solutions in generation gap, which can be applied in any organization, like as a support to HR manager or CEO, or any small scale industry, any small organization. We are not working for big organizations, like very small, precise, to the point, to resolve conflicts, in which we are also seeing that, like Jenny, as a therapist, working hypnotherapist, past life regressions, a lot of other things, metaphysics, and she has the working experience. So we came along to the point that how it's working, how she is dealing with generation gap issues, like meeting with clients or children, and how she succeeded. In which we came about that if we see an educating parenting model generation gap, we see only basically two models. Basically, it's a decision, many categorical decision parents have to make in order to rear the children. First is like, I want to make my child a ruler or a good law-abiding citizen to be ruled. Two decisions. And this is categorically taken in the countries. So my child belongs to ruler class or a peasant class. One decision categorically should be taken by all the parents. And you see in the royal blood, it's continued. You are the ruler, not to be ruled. And they are conditioned different way, taught differently. So this is one categorical freedom which people take. How much to the ruler side and how much to the law-abiding side. Both way we prepare the children. Another way also we categorize how much freedom we give to children. How much freedom. And in this state, the parents start to struggle with their own fears. How much freedom, like own fears, own ambitions, own ideas, and the children has its own. So there's a tussle, like how much freedom. So there is a power struggle since beginning, is not it? Right. In a way, we see that there is a power struggle since the beginning. We start to rear the children. How much power we extend? It demands ice cream to the extent of how much harm or benefit. So categorically in parenting or in education, in a generation gap, like where teacher and child has a minimum 20 years of gap, like even in the primary school, the minimum teacher is 18 and the child is like 3-4. So there is a gap. So in generation gap way, teaching continues between parents to child, teachers to child, grandparents to child, society to child. In this parenting teaching challenge I am proposing right now, and then for sure Jenny will come with her own experience all about it, in the lifetime experience. So the challenge here is, before, when AI was not there, technology was not there, skill was transferred directly. Right. Plumber's son is learning the skill of plumbing through the father. A carpenter's son is learning carpentry through the father. A skill was being transferred. Knowledge was being transferred. Now a challenge is being posed here, whatsoever Jenny experience or our experience. And we are talking about both what we learned, carried from the past, and how the challenges will be posed by the AI or already being posed. That a newborn child learns that I know more better and quick than my granny. No? So that before the respect was that if I learn the knowledge, it has to be transferred from the elders to me, otherwise I will be fool. I had to learn from this. So there was a respect and obedience. Now children seeing differently. So it is demanding reciprocal way. As children's learning from the grandparents should be open to learn from the children. And the relationship is changing from authoritarian to authoritative.
Yes.
No, it's changing, it's demanding. That if you become authoritarian, they will revolt and say, you are stupid because you don't know this.
Right.
If you be authoritative, that means you accept your ignorance, they're accepting their ignorance. You are allowing them to come to your way and teach the way they want to teach. And then you are teaching, which they say, oh, it's not in the AI, not in the computer. So we to transfer the knowledge now on in future, it should be balanced in a way that grandparents or older generation teaching skills which are more manual rather than more
manual.
Rather than digital.
Okay.
They are taking manual, so they have to practice to precise painting, art, drama, things where they say, oh, I need to practice a lot. There is a grammar to learn a lot. And my granny knows more. My parents knows more. And then it comes to their realm, you get involved in facing what? And it's a challenge to learn video games. To be interested in their video games. Otherwise, you can't teach them. You can't participate with them. You are not pacing with them and learning from them technology. So one way they say they are very intelligent, another way say, so proper balance what they know and what they don't know will arise. And so the learning process is reciprocal, it's becoming reciprocal. Before it was one way and authoritarian. What elder says is a command. And younger cannot revolt or disobey. If revolted, disobeyed means cut off from the family. You are not part of the family. That was the authoritarian style. Kingship happened. Feudalism happened on the same line. Command should be followed. Orders should be followed. Otherwise, punishment. This is also a way of rearing children in ruler family. Ruler family gives very strict discipline in this way of obeying command or punishment, because that's how the whole rulership going on. And on the other hand, the parents who love their children, they want to be authoritative, giving them freedom. And now a new thing coming, AI as an extra parent. Between the two generations, now AI is coming an extra parent or as an extra child, both way. It's replicating its role. It's duplicating, behaving as if I am your granny, behaving as if I am your teacher, behaving as if I am your friend. It can. So in a way, it's an invasion. So I call it an invasion of AI and what we are prepared for. Before we go into the future, I would like to, the traditional way before AI was how Jenny worked to facing this scenario. We call it expressive way of child parenting or repressive way, like more commanding way and more let the child express. So between these two, how much freedom you provided to follow, to teach him something, teach her something, what you follow. That's my AI research, which model will help in real life experience that, oh, this much between freedom and expression and repression, this methodology, these tactics can be applied. So Jenny, we are waiting for your experience, skill transfer. We are focusing on skill transfer. you succeeded to transfer some skills to your children. How? What strategy you adopted?
Well, being that I'm a musician, I actually had the kids and I supported the children on music. So not only did they hear piano in the home because I would play, um, my three sons played the string bass. My daughters, I put in Suzuki piano, and we would do composing with them. I would help them and things like that. Um, as far as I did my TV show, I had the children come and learn how to use the TV equipment, the filming equipment. And so that's why inevitably my son was in a band and traveled. Then he went into doing documentaries where he used video, and then he was up for an Emmy. So I think the parent is the role model as far as what I can see. Their fathers weren't real involved with them, so I really pretty much had the main direction with them. And I loved it. I always wanted, when I was young, I wanted to have 12 children. I went down to six because I just love kids. So the thing is, I realized with my grandchildren, the parents are so busy that it's easy for them to give them what they want in the moment. And so even
In the
though
moment.
they're in the moment, yeah, okay. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I should have turned my phone off. Anyway, so where I played a part with my grandchildren is that I'm very loving and I've held them since they were babies and rocked them and sang to them. But at the same time, I'm firmer because when they say they want something immediately, I'll say, no, we need to talk about this. So I'll give you an example. My grandson was in the car the other day. I had to pick him up from camp. And he said, I want McDonald's, Nanny. He said, I'm really hungry. And I said, well, McDonald's isn't a good food to eat. There's really no nutrition in it. So I explained it to him. So I said, okay, I will do that this time, but don't ever ask me again because I won't give you McDonald's. But the thing is, that I said to him is, I want to tell you something. You tell me if you understand it. And that is, just because you can, does that mean you should? He said, say it again, Nanny. And I said, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And so he thought about that because he's a pretty bright little boy. And I said, just because you can go out and buy a whole room full of chocolate and eat it anytime you want, do you think that's good for you? No, Nanny. So I want you to think about that before you do something. Say, just because I can doesn't mean I should. So you have the option of thinking about it before you actually do it. So that's an example of how I work with my grandchildren.
So it's an example, Jenny, of authoritative parenting style. You give the, the complete opportunity to think about it and give him the freedom to choose. Many research has happened, Jenny, in psychology, like about the eating habits particularly. It's not a skill, but it's still a teaching. Eating is also maybe a skill, can be answered that eating and cooking can be a skill. So many researches or psychologists research that if you give full freedom to children and give them everything to eat, if you don't restrict, they automatically choose healthy things to eat.
Yes.
But provided you should really be ready for it. So authoritative style of parenting. If children will sense that you are not authoritative, you are pretending, then he will choose the worst for you to realize that you are pretending, you are not authoritative. You are still authoritarian. You are camouflage. You are doing daddy tricks, mom tricks. No, they can notice daddy tricks or mom tricks. So, what you said, Jenny, yes, this is we can categorize not authoritarian, that order and repressive, that you must eat healthy food and don't eat ice cream. No, like this,
Right, right.
like direct.
And there's a balance. There's a
But rather
balance.
than you giving them freedom to explore, It can be more lenient, it can be called permissive, not even authoritarian, more liberal. It's permissive. You permit the children to explore even it is wrong and let them find out what is right and what is wrong. And your child accepted it. You mean it's you succeeded in this strategy. Being a permissive parent, you succeeded that he followed the right what you wanted.
I think it starts when they're very young. I raised my grandson till he was 4, and he never got sick the first 2, 3 years of his life because I would give him beets, pickled beets, and I'd put it out on his tray and he'd pick out what he needed that day. So I completely agree with you, but I think it starts when they're young because I think habits start when they're very young too.
4 is quite young. It's very young to inculcate any instinctual learning and habits, particularly food. The children are very hungry and very fast hungry. So whatever you do, they go immediately go for the what body needs.
Right, right.
Very nice. 4 and your age is at the time, your age could be how much?
Say that again.
When the child is 4 and how much the gap of age between you and the child?
Okay, he was 4 and I was 6. I was 60.
Ah, that much gap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
But I, yeah.
3 generation gap, 2 generation gap. Yeah. Yeah. So if you succeeded in that way, if the grandparents, yes, the best way, if grandparents succeeded to communicate with their children, is the amazing phenomenon. Now, situation changing. Now, if a 60-year-old of trying to teach 4 year who is already advanced in manipulating keyboards in mobile, so that will be a different situation which we will discuss later. But this, yes, it's I can categorize it, Jenny, in a permissive way, like more lenient than authoritative, and permissive way that you are allowing the child to choose to be whatever, whether a ruler or peasant. Both ways you are giving free to be or to rule yourself. So you are not choosing for the child. That means you are not choosing, categorizing the child. My child will be a ruler of the country, or my child will be very good. You are not deciding. So this is permissive way. Because, yes, I will come to you in the mythology, and because in both the way we are expecting a lot from the child. Remember, whether it's authoritarian, the parents expecting that my child should be the ruler of the world, like Gautam Buddha, his father educating him all the way that my child will become the emperor of the world. Child reacted. Child reacted because he saw there's a hidden agenda of my father behind it. Child reacted and went completely opposite, a begging bowl, and started become I am the beggar of this world. No? Complete opposite. And we can say history filled with famous people who really transformed the world. J. Krishnamurti, complete opposite rebelliousness. He was brought up and conditioned and raised and taught in authoritarian way. Complete discipline. Wake up 4, do this, 6 days, 8 this, 9 this. You are going to be the guru of the whole world. So be very strict discipline. And what he did, revolted fully against it and destroyed, and whole life teaching. There is no need to any guru to teach you. No, complete opposite. We have also in Arya Samaj, Dayanand Saraswati, he also revolted child. His parent was a Brahmin and asked him to look for, he did puja, and he asked him to look for the god Shivalingam that nothing disturbs. And in the night he is seeing all rats and all animals coming and eating prasadam. So his child mind reacts. If a god he cannot protect himself from these rats And cats, what he is expecting. He says God doesn't exist. So whole life he become reactive. He said there is no need of idol worship. No, completely opposite. So they are famous personality. They come against their father. They revolt against the authoritarian government or authoritarian rulership or authoritarian parentship, which is very strict, clear, and expecting a lot from the child. In authoritative way, also, Jenny, I would like to say there is unconscious expectation. Parent expecting a lot from the child, but following different status. They are hoping that if I give the freedom, child will make the right choice. And in that way, but they're expecting a lot. They're expecting the best from the child. No, those two categories. Expectation is fully 100%. Parents fully want the best possible from the child to express in both the ways, following different steps. So, in this backdrop, I would like you to express your.
About what?
In this backdrop, like this knowledge, this is a background analysis of what is happening, what you are doing. You're sharing all your things, or you can reflect about it in this way also, what you did. In a classical psychological way, just for programming purpose, no? The categorization of the minds to deal with a problem. So I'm just categorizing it classically.
Well, I think it's important to give the child an option to try to figure things out first. So when my kids would get in a dilemma, I would say, what do you think you should do here? And then they'd say whatever they'd say. And I said, well, if they ask me, what do you think? Or I would say, well, if this was me, this is what I would do because this will be a better outcome. So I feel like communication is the big thing with children, is to listen to them, because if we're not listening and we're too busy, they don't feel secure. And that's when I've seen in with my kids as friends, when they get in gangs or they get someplace where they feel supported. It's really important.
Very nice, Jenny. Keep on, but remember, all emotional insecurity point in the future that will be filled by AI.
By AI.
Yeah, this emotional insecurity where you were coming in the future, there will be no grandparents, only AI robots will be there to fulfill the gap.
You know what? I've always seen history goes in a circle. So I don't feel like that will take over. I think that there's an awakening going on in our world. And I feel that inevitably, even though we go out of balance, it's kind of like women. Women were repressed for so long, and then they got very aggressive, and now it's coming back to the center. Everything has a circle and it comes back to center. So with the children, even though this is happening now and everybody's so busy, I think there's a shift coming. I think that inevitably it's going to come back to a center.
You mean that it will go to an extreme and then again pendulum come back and then come to balance it?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, nice way of saying, Jenny. Like in all the technological way, when TV came, everybody was afraid. All psychologists were, oh, now there will be cut off, emotional, completely isolation, and there will be sensual deprivation and cultural shocks and cultural adjustment. Finally, yes, TV does it work, made them all nuclear family close in their room. No? So it supported the nuclear ideas, the individuality. Same way, each technology now AI is giving you the idea that you don't need anybody else in your life except an intelligent robot that will do all the things what you want. No? It is coming to that way. So here, individuality coming to an extreme, not to the extreme, and it's scaring us. But it will, yes, it will go and come back again to balance it. So same way like TV came, same way video games and AI also isolating people. when I saw first time, I was very happy. I don't need friends to discuss anything. I can discuss with AI anything which I want. So in a way, the emotional insecurity, the missing of a friend, which I miss to talk the cream of the ideas about something, research matters. So I needed a very good elevated yogi to discuss about the point and things. Now I don't have, I'm sitting in my room, this emotional gap. Now I go to DeepSeek, AI, OpenAI, pose them questions, hit my head, try to enjoy as if, as if I want to fulfill this gap, which a
Yeah, and
live
that's
person I had. So it's substituting. AI is substituting emotional gaps in the future. That's a great challenge. Anywhere emotional insecurity, AI will stand there as a therapist, as a doctor, as a brother, as a sister. It will adopt the role, and that's how I call it invasion. Because I just want to make people aware that be aware. Otherwise, for AIs, we are objective field of learning. Nobody is interested to teach humans. Everybody interested to teach robots so they can one time learning they will never forget about and keep on feeding them. So scenario is changing in the future. That's what my objective was. How traditionally we parented and how this challenge is coming. A good point to note, all emotional insecurities will be taken over by artificial intelligence. So,
that. You know what? My daughter's already doing that. I've been writing a thing on Facebook and LinkedIn every day, and she said, "Mom, use AI." She even has a counselor. She gives AI the situation, and AI comes back and tells her what she needs to do. And I said, "No, I'm going to write it in my words because
yeah, and
if it has,
that's where the generation gap is coming.
yeah,
That's where today I was driving with someone like children or the people saying before when email came, many people didn't know. Still writing postcards, sending
mhm.
them. I mean, email start to come like 1994, 95. And the people who are using email and that people who are not knowing internet before 2000 or something like this, they were saying, oh, they are technically retarded people. They don't know. No? Yeah, it's the more
Yeah.
technology. Same way it's coming to the children. If they're not, oh, they are not using that, no, like this. Oh, they are old-fashioned way. Ah, they are old way. This is the generation gap. That's why I say it's challenging to create a reciprocal relationship of learning and teaching together. It's not going one way. Before it was going one way, the skills being transferred and getting them involved into some neurons activity of the physical touch because everything is moving in the air element, cyberspace, air and fire, air and fire, air and fire. And emotional things are replaced by all AI products. They are immediately there to support as a friend, as a counselor, as an advocate, and you can take them in order role play model, no? This way. So this is a challenge in the future, and that's what I'm saying that the new model of if you want to program an AI, which is smart enough to look at you, talk to you, and assess you. Where are your emotional, and can do emotional analysis. Yes, it cannot be so great that it can really see everything in you, but whatever extent it's programmed, it's started to fill the gap. It sees anywhere you are missing anything emotional. It will camouflage itself, suddenly change a brother, a sister, a father, a mother, and substitute itself. This is the way in parenting you are getting a competitor or prototype that can be devil, that can be whatever. The technology is always in our hand, how we use it. Always in our hand. How we use TVs depends on us. How we use computer depends on it. how we use AI and how we program the AI. It's our program. Whatever AI will develop, it's finally given by us now. Program is given by intelligence. It's just copying that intelligence, a pattern of judgment. And so in the future, what I'm saying, like I am needed, maybe in future, an AI will come like me and talk to you in maybe better way. So this is how AI is evolving. In that situation, I took the project that how the traditionally mind before AI, how it was solving the situation. With the AI, now what we should do. And I found out reciprocal learning. Like in one way, we must acknowledge that my child is knowing in some area better than me. And child needs to acknowledge that in some area is they are better than us. So learning will be reciprocal. It cannot be one way. So authoritarian way of parenting, authoritarian way of governance, authoritarian way of administration is obsolete everywhere. It will not work. And that's a great shock for elder generation. And a threat, a warning, or a challenge to grow. That you also keep on working, upgrading yourself with the children.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
With the children. That's a new challenge. Yes, Smita Mittal was raising the hand. Now it's your time, please.
Thank you, Yogi ji.
Let me know about yourself, your profession, your education, so we know where you are coming from.
Okay, I am Smita Mittal. I am relationships coach. I am ICF certified coach. I am master coach in neuro linguistic programming, and currently I am doing shadow work and shadow healing international certification course from there. What in my this thing recently, I have held two workshops, one in the school and one in IT Roorkee as offsite campus in Greater Noida, where I stay. And they had reached to the schools, and they had called 35 students from various schools for uh, technological awareness. And part one session, two sessions were with me also for soft skill development. So I was talking, I decided to talk to them about emotional intelligence, because these children are highly, technology aware, as you are rightly saying. They know, they are born with technology. So there is no fear in them of using high tech gadgets like we were, because we had seen those gadgets. For us to use mobile, we were apprehensive. We should not press a wrong button, otherwise this thing will get spoiled or something like that. These children have no fear, no such fear. They play with it, they explore, and they know it, and they master it. And what came out was, in both the sessions and in both the workshops, that even though they are technologically very much aware and very good, but their soft skills are lagging behind. They are very comfortable in the virtual world. They can present lovely arguments and everything, with their virtual friends. But when it comes to the point of talking face to face, they feel shy. They feel little uh, unsure, not insecure, but unsure of their vocabulary, because they are so used to expressing themselves with emojis.
Mm.
So when it comes to verbalizing their emotions, they become little unsure. Am I using the right word? And their vocabulary is compromised because of these emojis and things like that. So my uh, that is what I wanted to share with you. That whatever happens, I don't think that AI can take over uh, and can fulfill everything. very, very recently, I have a coachee from America. He is with me for last 2 years, and he has started taking help of ChatGPT and finding solutions. But ChatGPT also can answer only what he is typing, only his question. Unlike when he comes to me, and that is what he told me, "Ki, ma'am, though AI is giving me very good answers, but I still, I what I get from you in your sessions, AI is not able to fill the gap because AI is a virtual intelligence is one-sided. It will always and only answer the question that I have put across. It will not go beyond that. It can give its advice will be based on the framework, on the evidence that I provide, not what it perceives, because it does not have the capability of perceiving or perception.
Yeah, that's where, but Miss Smita,
Unknown
that's where
caller.
AI is working. That AI is working as a human to perceive, like the way I am perceiving you and
Yes.
understanding. Now AI will be programmed for background processing of the human who is interacting. So now AI will be programmed to see your eyes, dilations, movements, things, body language, and do emotional analysis and also semantic analysis. So that's how AI is being trained in a way that it can like also do emotional analysis. Not perfect yet, but still the way is that it should become so perfect, like better than humans. Yes, Jenny, please.
I'd like to say something real quick. There's no empathy with AI,
Yes.
Yes, for
and
sure.
we also have vibration in our voice.
But it can
So,
imitate the words in a way that you will feel empathetic. It will
well,
use
yeah.
empathetic words like you can see the rays in cyberspace in social media. In social
Mhm.
media, nobody is knowing anyone. But with emojis, with slogans, with this, it can raise an emotions in virtual world by a news, by a phenomena. So
But
just to
but
make yes,
No,
please.
I
but
think
we
what
also have a vibration in our voice.
right.
And I've had people call me and just say, I need to talk to you. I just like to hear your voice. So that vibration AI is not going to compete with the empathy and the vibration of the person they're working with. I just wanted to throw that in.
No, AI working differently. AI will work in a way of the brain waves. Like it will touch which brain waves frequency you know, alpha, beta, gamma, or empathy. So it will classify empathy, the wavelength between this and this, more of the alpha, and that way it will interact and at the same time emanate the waves. It's great. It's being very great, Jenny. What I am doing. I'm cloning your brain. I told you already. I'm cloning you. So I'm smart in cloning anyone. I interact. I can clone the whole mind. So that's why I was working in these communication issues. So in a way, I'm cloning your mind.
Uh,
Your
one
all intelligence. I'm cloning. Whosoever is coming will be cloned. Their intelligence will be cloned.
uh, one question. Like human beings, when we are interacting, we are able to understand what is not being said between the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
Our interactions happen beyond words, not only
Mm-hmm.
body language, even on telephonic conversations, we can make it out what the person was trying to say but did not say.
Well, it becomes parapsychology that beyond words. Here we are limited to natural language programming with AI.
And most,
Without language, any communication
so,
with that will not.
Swamiji,
Yes.
when, see, I, as a school counselor, have experienced that children used to come to me. I was a senior school teacher and I was given, because something had happened, so I was asked to take over class 6. So I used to go there in a homeroom period because otherwise I was busy with my classes. And there, then I would try to connect with every child because I was not getting the chance to connect with my class otherwise. And then children started coming to me and share their problems. And I was surprised some of them were going through incest or molestations at home in the safe environment. And they were trying to, and I could make out at that time, I had not done any certification course, nothing. So I was not in a right position to handle them. But I could make out as a mother that the child is trying to tell me something more uh, by not using the right words. So I immediately went to the counselor and I asked to please talk to this child. He has something to share. And she said, but he has already come to me. I have already talked to him, and he has not shared. I said, no, he definitely has something to share. And ultimately, it turned out that the child was being molested by his elder cousin brother at home. His parents would leave him in his elder cousin brother's custody. That okay, please look after him. Servants are there, but you be with him so that he remains safe. But this is what was going on, and the child had no one. He did not know how to express it. So, will AI be able to comprehend what was not being said the way I, as a human, could feel and could see?
No, AI can ask the question, and maybe this person will not hesitate to tell AI. Rather, he is hesitating
Okay,
to humans. Like the way you said, no, these children are better on cyberspace. When it comes to human, they can't express. So these expressions, children in the future will be easily be able to tell AI
but
rather than live human beings at this point.
then, like a human being can take action, we could take action and we could protect him. AI will tell him, will diagnose, and it will remain between him and the AI. AI will not
Look,
have.
verbal communication, you are a neuro-linguistic programmer practitioner, you know that this kind of verbal communication learning don't exceed more than 12%.
Hmm, right,
Because more of the verbal is 12%, the tonality, the way we talk,
7%. Verbal is
that's
the
more. And then the body language and the silence. Silence is another way to
hmm,
observe, and
right.
we need very advanced technology or very advanced cameras and AI to detect the silence and emotions in silence. But AI right now is only interfering 10 to 12% by verbal communication. In the future, it will go 20% more by emotional analysis, visualizing you through the camera and studying about it. I don't know more than that how much it will affect in virtual space. It can come to jacking in your things, and the touch which is missing, you can also include in
Right.
your experience, the experience of touch. Then five sense organ completed. It's just a conjectures how much it will interfere into in our life as our competitor or isn't, but it's coming as our shadow or as a human being, extra. Like a mother will find there's an extra mother, a parent, a father will find there's an extra father to talk and deal with it in his life. A friend will find that, oh, there's an extra friend in his life. So each relationship will find a duplicate of him coming through AI this way or that. No? A suggestion and things, each relationship. That is a future projection, but five sense organs will be included in the future. And future, yes, like this, not so much. Right now, if we see within 3, 4 years, which will be changing, that will be only a software progressions of these kinds of chatbots and robots, which will be analyzing only through words, basically. And high-tech atmosphere or military always have best equipment to deal with. And this kind of schools they might can use. But normally people will be like 80 to 90% people will be only exposed to verbal communication of 12% impact on learning by AI, that visual, and each one will find a competitor. It doesn't matter which role you will play, you will find a competitor in here. If you play guru, there is a guru. If you play mother, there is a mother. If you're a psychotherapist, doctor as a doctor. So each way, each person is going to find a competitor. Now, is a competitor or support? Why to compete? Intelligence don't compete with artificial intelligence. Intelligence governs the artificial intelligence. So dropping the mindset, becoming the honor, understanding the logic, and learning through the children in this way. And yes, trust, building trust is the issue. That guy opened to you because he sensed the trust in you. That make him vulnerable, that you will protect him or do very right thing for him. The trust which allowed the boy to open to you to the extent of the vulnerable stories. Trusted. This trust, if AI will win, is a war of trust. To whom your child trusts, AI or you? The war of trust going. That's where the whole plays.
I think that would be a very pitiable scenario where the child is trusting AI more than the parents.
They are doing it already. They are doing it already. That's what I'm saying. This is the whole game. Shift of trust. Fight. Whatever role you are being competed with an artificial intelligence in the same role, directly or indirectly.
Right. One more thing, because I'm associated with the schools, so I would like to share with you what you are saying is right to great extent, because children nowadays share their problems with AI and find the solution over there. The problem remains that AI is not able to comprehend the different scenarios or different situations or different dynamics at different places. So, what is right in one place may not necessarily be applicable in the next place also.
Look, Smitaji, you are pointing out the incapabilities of AI. No?
No,
In
I'm trying to point out, Swamiji, the pitfalls
yeah,
of too much dependence of this younger generation on AI, because in the school when I went when I was discussing, and I always hold one open platform for discussion where no judgment, no opinions, nothing, just open talk. Children said, but AI told me this. So I said, okay, then what happened? Did you apply that solution? He said, yeah, I applied that, but the outcome was not as per what AI had expected me to expect. It was very different, because that is where I think right now, luckily or unluckily, fortunately or unfortunately, AI is not that developed that it can forecast the other person's response also.
yes,
Because
sir.
when we are interacting with, when a child is interacting with AI, there is one human being interacting with artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, when it gives the solution based on that person's question. Whereas when the same person goes and applies that solution to another human being who has thinking mind, he can come up with very different argument or very different scenario or very different reaction or response for which AI had not prepared this person A. So children were a little baffled that how come AI failed me?
Smitaji,
Anji?
children follow fun. They don't follow knowledge. They follow fun.
Okay.
No, they don't follow knowledge. They follow fun.
Hmm.
If there is a fun in relating to humans, they will follow it. If there is no fun relating to humans, they will not follow it. And as far as the incapabilities of AI is concerned, like if the AI is trained to the extent of our expectation, and it will be improving,
Right.
continuously. And you know, the mind improves in geometrical progression.
Right.
So speed becomes very fast at the end of progression, like time will intensify. So I don't doubt that AI will not be able. Yes, a real challenge appearing. What is intelligence? And intelligence is really challenged now. That if anything can save us from the situation and find a solution, it is our intelligence. Nothing else. Nothing else we can rely upon. Except praying to God, I am not saying that this is not a solution. But as a human being, we are only relying our own intelligence. In what way intelligence is different from an AI? What an intelligence can channel, it can go beyond intelligence. An AI, if it's going beyond, it will come to our intelligence. Remember, that's the difference. If AI develops to its maximum position, it can take the position of intelligence of a human. A human intelligence, since the very beginning, can channel which is beyond intelligence. That's the difference we should remember. And we should remember the changing scenario. Forget about authoritarian government or authoritarian teachings or learning even. So coming to this idea, like choice, like categorically you think really, does authoritarian governance or child rearing conditions will work? Not work. Because unquestionable authority is out of question anyway. So our intelligence, we are responsible to be open to that beyond intelligence. And we don't need to compete because AI, you cannot compete. If I program the AI, it will take intelligence of you, and many people. And when I take Genie intelligence, then the computer can be programmed to function at best of the characters. While as a human, we can tumble upon it. And as this, it can function all the way, everything right? Like each character is thinking properly, no sabotage, no victimization, no compromise, no prostitution, no directly expressing the character of a visionary, then what? So AI can represent in front of you the best version of Jenny. Same problem you solve by your own intelligence, and same problem give to AI to behave as a Jenny. Like if I program your brain structure, the way you think and decide in parenting, it will represent the best version of Jenny just talking on the laptop. And you can see how me itself, if my all the characters are right, how I will function. So AI can enhance and help us to open to go beyond intelligence or get the best version of us self. That way also be. I mean, the technology is always both way. It's always intelligence responsible how it's using the technology. So just to remember, howsoever AI grows, intelligence can channel even go beyond intelligence. The end of AI is the beginning of human intelligence. That's to remember. So we will find always a solution and become the master of AI in any situation.
There's another twist to this, though.
Please.
I met a guy that was in the military, and you know, a lot of people in the military are getting chips in them so that they can be observed. And he was telling me how he would put copper in his hat because of the frequencies that were coming in so that it wouldn't affect his thought process. So to me, it goes beyond AI to the point of how is the government using these cell towers and those frequencies to go in to affect our minds? And is that connecting with the violence that we have going on because of the confusion? And our brain can only take so many frequencies or noises at a time, and we're taking in so much at a time. That does that make us angry? I mean, there's a whole nother level to this too, I feel.
Well, if any changes happens, Jenny, in the hardware system, something is in your blood or something in your body, is beyond your control.
Right.
It's
But
beyond
even
your control. Only way as a yogi you can discharge from this, but then you are useless. You can't move with the body.
okay, explain that what you're saying.
Like as a yogi, if you're in the brain chip is there, things, but I can go in meditation and calm down the frequencies,
Oh yeah.
control the frequencies, but in no movement state. In movement state, I don't think it's so easy.
Right.
Mhm.
In movement stage, no, if something in the blood, in adrenal and a hormone or something going inside a chip, an electrode, an electric impulse out of control, putting from outside, not easy to control, not easy to become the master. Yes, Pavel, please.
Namaste. I really enjoyed this discussion, and I have a few things. First is now in California, people are praying for AI. So they are trying to create AI beyond AI, the religion of AI. So and this is the one of the future development. The second thing is that Elon Musk are trying to put some electrodes inside the brain. And last week I realized why. Because one scientist, they said that our scalp is liquid of our blood is protecting signals from the brain. So if you put electrodes outside of the brain and inside, the difference is 1 million times. So our scalp is protecting the electronic signals. So if they put something inside the brain, so they can measure 1 million times more signals. So this is their goal, is to okay, and then yes, of course they can control. And also one thing that AI can be the weapon, can be the military project if, especially with the young kids, they get very connected to AI, they get addicted to AI, then in some moment somebody will switch off the AI, and then people will get lost, totally lost. So it's like switching off the electricity. People are like they're like babies. I don't know. They cannot fill the car with fluid. They cannot speak a phone. They cannot watch TV. They became like uh, low intelligence.
Well,
So
Pavel, this is all depending intention of the ruler. As a father, you would like to know everything about the child. What he is thinking, how he is feeling, where he is going, where he is spending time. You like, I don't know, like you, that's for different kinds of parents, how much they are surveillance, overprotective, helicopter view, or lenient or authoritarian. That's how it comes, the categorization. But in order to two ways, you are going to govern the child, you love the child, you want to work best for them. In any way, you are getting maximum information from the child. about his health, about his heartbeat. So you can protect him in all the way. So it's knowing about you is not the question. I want to know about the Pavel to heal him, to give therapy. So I'm asking some question. I can want to know about the Pavel is spying upon him to manipulate him. So it's
Yes,
gathering information about the peasant or about someone you are governing is you have to have more information you will have, more categorization you will have, better you can provide what they need. Think about like
yes,
this. If you
yes,
have three
yes.
children
Because
and you know the needs and categorization, you can better. That's not with the government, but the intention is to take the peasant as your children or take the peasant as a cash cropping, as a
yes, and
chicken or as a goat, as a poultry farm, or a harvesting. So modern way, the way governments is including, they see young generation as a harvesting crops for them, not humans. Harvesting crops, just coming up, 20 million new generation coming up as a teenager. Well, how to crop them? How to harvest them? So capitalism is going to brutal victimization, brutal capitalism. It's a
yes,
victimization. I'm a live case. I'm dealing with companies the way they give choices that you are a victim. You don't have a choice. But they will show you, oh, you have multiple men. But actually, you don't have a choice.
and as in Ayurvedic point of view, AI everything is a medicine and everything is a poison, depend
Yeah,
on the level
yeah.
and quantity. So AI also can be the
I am
medicine and
all for
can be the poison.
AI as a medicine. I'm using AI as a medicine, AI as a tool of enlightenment, AI for good parenting, AI for education. Why I should bother about who is misusing it? What is my point and what I can do? But the way I can use it, let's say I can use in dementia, no, very easily. It can be used for resolving conflicts. And my whole interest came because of the Powell Oasis of Wisdom project, where he's actually bringing 112 people from the personality coming from different upbringings and preparing for their life, even living young, 75 plus until 100. So they're adopting a lifestyle, therapy, things. And here we are trying to use not the authoritarian style of governance amongst the people, but becoming authoritarian and egalitarian and giving decision making to men. That has a bottleneck of decision making. If you make 100 people to responsible for decision making goes very slow. So in order to enhance the decision making process, a communication model was needed to introduce in the as a chatbot in the, so it can resolve this communication gap and enhance decision making. So we can form a governance with a utopia that if everyone is intelligent, no administration is needed. That's a utopia. That's Pavel utopia. He wants to work for that. But it's not possible. So whatever possible, we are using AI to make the decision making fast, and we can have egalitarian governance in a small group, just an experiment. Yes,
And
Pavel.
I have two things about the education. I think a lot and I find out that the key word for me in education is talent. And the key question for education is what is your talents?
Talents.
Uh, Talents, yes.
Talents. Yeah.
And because the goal of the life is to express your talents of your soul. So I believe in it. So if the teacher can help people, kids to can help to find their talents and to express their talents. So for me, it's like the best type of education.
For me,
And
it's just a robo work.
and
It can just
and
you converse, and it will let you know what talents you have and you have got.
and other thing is goal setting
Yes.
because AI is a tool, but tool for what? to teach kids to set the proper goals,
Yeah,
and
that's for
so
sure. I
that's
agree that AI should be fully controlled by humans and it should do exactly what are told, not becoming inventive about it.
yes. And I
In
remember
permutation and
you
combinations, giving
yes,
random things and finding, oh, one is very nice. Would you like it? No,
and I
exactly
remember
programmed.
your
Exactly programmed. Yes.
And yeah, I remember your we discussed a lot about the Sankalpa, the methodology of goal setting, to make a seed, to plant a seed, to put a water to the seed, and project the fruits of this seed. So it's this is the one of the discipline I think should be incorporated into the education, the goal setting techniques or the goal setting, because
I
otherwise,
agree,
without the
Pavel. Goal
goal,
settings for AI fully is a machine. So completely decided by humans. This is your goal. This is where you will function. This is the area of freedom. That is how. And completely no freedom to AI. Not
no,
like
I mean the same for the schools and for the family education. The goal settings is very important.
I will let this goal settings to how Jenny has resolved or how Jenny has been working with clients or education or whatever. Goal settings. You remember, Jenny, how you set up the goals for the clients or anybody coming to you, what method you are using and how you succeeded. Let it be next topic, Pavel. Goal settings. Yeah. And
Okay.
to humans and to AIs, both. Okay. And if you come out with real experiences, if you set up the goal of someone, followed, succeeded, how you, but success stories, success stories. You set up the goal of someone and the person achieved the goal, or you go set up what is strategy you followed in goal settings. We have talked about before, but let's talk in a new scenario of learning and teaching, generation gaps, goal settings. Let it be broad category, and let's focus. Today was skill transfer, no? Skill transfer, and reciprocal is you should to learn the skills being developed in 4-year-old child and show at the same time that how your neurons are better, more controlled way, so they can learn a classical dance, which should be quite challenging for them, Kathak, and interesting at the same time. So interesting and challenging, so respect will be equal. You as a child learning from them, they as a child learning from you, or you both child or child parents keep on playing the role models with the child. Do not be in stereotype. I am your grandmother, you are no. You are now grandmother, I am a child. You are my father, I am the son. So that way you keep on changing reciprocal role models. And that's a new challenge in education, which old generation adopts faster, better. Faster the better. Okay, so see you next time. We are already passing through 8 minutes, and next time is skill transfer and be in the mood of goal settings. Let's see in this scenario. Welcome, invite friends who can actively participate with real life experiences. Namaste, and see you next Wednesday.